12 weeks ago, I started this fat loss phase. You saw me incrementally change my calories, my macros, and my training program. Although the training program stayed pretty legit the whole time. Week 10 or 11, we hit a peak of my lowest calories at 1,500 calories, and you saw the changes in my body from week to week, whether the weight on the scale was changing or the fat loss percentage on my DEXA scan was changing. It all changed. It worked. Now here's the thing. When you do a fat loss phase, there is a start and there is an end. And one of the things that tends to come up, I know I sure felt this, is when you get to that end, there's a feeling of wanting to keep going, of wanting to do more. Just a few more pounds. I could get maybe 5 or 10 more. I'm already in the zone now. I could just keep going. And I gotta tell you, let your progress, let your work, let the plan, let it all be enough. Continuing to go with the fat loss phase, if you haven't planned it out, is the exact point where it starts to turn your adrenals into that burnout phase, where you could really start, I don't want to say damaging, but like diet fatigue starts to set in, training fatigue starts to set in, and overall just mental and emotional fatigue. So that's why having an ending and a plan to get up and out of whatever type of deficit you're in, whatever type of extra training that you're doing, if you're doing it that way, don't let the temptation to do more override the plan that you set out for yourself. I found in the past, for me and clients, this is the point where we start digging ourselves into a hole where it's more, it's not enough. I've got to lose a few more pounds. And really, the true success happens when you let yourself, allow yourself to feel all the work that you've done for however long your program has been, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, 20 weeks. Let yourself feel it. Let yourself be grateful. Reflect on the work that you've done and the changes that you've made. Let it be enough. That is the most profound thing that I can tell you about one of these phases, because getting back to your maintenance zone, that's where your training really is going to excel. That's where your body and your muscles are really going to start growing and changing again. And you don't want to take that away from your body. Also, that's where your hormones are going to reset. A lot of people that are fit after 40 or aren't fit after 40, they got a lot of hormone things going on, and definitely might be true. Definitely look at your nutrition and your fitness and possibly alcohol consumption, stress, sleep, all these things before it's the hormones. I mean, all that basic stuff can be sorted out, and you can get your hormones back in check with a lot of basic things, or other ways too. But the main point of this video today is let it be enough. Let yourself end the fat loss phase. Let yourself reflect on the work that you've done. Let yourself absorb how well you've done by sticking to the program, committing to it, being consistent, following through, and have the continued discipline to stop. Stop. The stopping, the wisdom to stop and take a break, whether it's 2 months, 3 months, 4 months in maintenance zone, and then you do some sort of other program again. I don't mean stop and like stopping your fitness, but stop pushing yourself towards the edge of your perceived limits. If you ride that edge too long, that's where burnout happens. Or it could happen. I mean, try it for yourself. I've hit burnout so many times that I mean, if somebody had told me this before, I'd been like, no, I can do more. And I for sure kept going. So I'm gonna tell you, after having done this, I don't know how many times I've done fat loss phases and maintenance zones and stopping altogether and hi. I don't know that I would have listened, but this is an opportunity for you to listen. Let it be enough. You've done the work. You've shown that you can do it. And take a pause. Take a pause and revel in the work that you've done. Enjoy the season. Continue to do reverse dieting if that's what you're doing. Continue to watch your macros and tracking things. Continue to work out. But let the fat loss phase be over. You don't need to do more. You can do something in the future. Let it be enough. I'm so grateful that I got to do this 12-week fat loss phase. I'm so grateful that it went better than expected. And this feeling of wanting to do more, it's very alive and real. And that's the only reason that I can tell you today to try to rest in letting it be enough, that you don't need to do more. Because I wanted to keep going. I wanted to continue to feel that churning of energy, of the decrease in my weight and my fat loss percentage. But I know that at a certain point, there's less gains happening. There's a less return on the gains and the work that you're doing. So we've done the major part of the work. We're in an amazing zone that we haven't been in for years. And I'm stoked on that. And we're gonna continue to keep rocking this fitness. Fit after 40 is what it's all about. Fit at any time of your life, if you're younger than 40 or way up there. Man, I see so many people who are doing their thing and continuing to stay fit. It's pretty awe-inspiring. Besides the physical fitness, you all know I love to talk about the mental fitness, the emotional fitness, and the spiritual fitness, because my entire life I've never been able to just focus on one. It's been all of it. It's been the whole body. It's been the whole system. I gotta tap into all of it. And right now, what I'm proud and happy to say is I am the fittest I have ever been in my entire life. Whole body fitness. It's good stuff. So while we head into the holiday season, I know that a lot of you haven't done a 12-week fat loss phase recently, and you're probably thinking about January that's coming up right next. And if you are, and you want a 12-week fat loss phase planned out for you, or you want some coaching and support with that, hit me up and we'll jump on a call. We'll talk together about how you could be supported in doing that. Because as you can see, it can be done. So on to the holidays and on to January 2025. Let it be enough. And when you get to the end of your fat loss phase, your training program, whatever it is, let it be enough. Let yourself absorb some active recovery, some beautiful days, holidays with family and friends and loved ones, time outside in nature. Let it be enough. You don't have to keep going. You are enough. That's the trick. Doesn't mean that every day is perfect. Doesn't mean that there's not sometimes really tough days or tough weeks, tough moments. But we allow ourselves to feel it, we allow ourselves to process it, and we continue to move towards the things that light us up the most. That is what we're talking about, friends. All right, we'll be tuned in next week. See you then.